On today's Movin The Chains, Jerel, we're talking to the new head man of the Colleton County Cougars, Bradley Adams.
Yeah, Coach Adams has definitely put the work in across the state, really staked his reputation as a program builder, resurrector of sorts. And I think this is a perfect opportunity for him. Not too far of a move, and he's done it in the upstate and the low country. So I'm familiar with that area as well. So, it's really great catching up with him today. And I hope the folks enjoy this one.
Yeah, a great football coach, like you said, has won everywhere all across the state. So it should be a fun time here at Colleton County for Coach Adams and the Cougars. Once again, on today's Movin The Chains, Colleton County Cougars new head coach Bradley Adams. Be sure to follow us on YouTube at Movin Chains. That's MOVINCHAINS.
Get ready for the ultimate South Carolina high school football experience with Movin The Chains. From previews to recaps, we've got you covered. Dive into our expert preview shows, predicting winners and sharing insights. Then join us post-game for the thrilling recaps, exclusive interviews, and highlights you won't find anywhere else. Plus, connect with fellow fans on our Friday night spaces on Twitter/X. No one covers South Carolina high school football like us. Join us at Movin Chains on all social media platforms and visit movinchains.com today.
Welcome in to Movin The Chains, brought to you by Founders Federal Credit Union. I'm Kevin Thomas alongside Jerel Hendricks. Got a great interview today, a very special guest, the new head coach of the Colleton County Cougars, Bradley Adams. Coach, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, sir. Thank you so much for having us and for all you do for the high school sports.
Well, we appreciate your time. We really do, Coach. If this is you guys' first time tuning in, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter/X, Instagram, YouTube, and more at Movin Chains, our website, movinchains.com, and our podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, and more. Coach Adams was hired in January. He was the athletic director at Beaufort. Prior, he has head coaching experience at Georgetown, Woodruff, and Union County. Coach, let's start there. What's that transition been like, going from an admin role back into the coaching ranks here at Colleton County?
It's been exciting and fun for me. The last 2 years was an opportunity for me to get on the administrative side, and I definitely just felt like that I still had a lot more to give to the athletes and to the young men themselves. This didn't feel like I was quite finished with it yet, and so I've just enjoyed being back on the field. Just doing what I feel like I'm called to do.
Coach, for the folks at Colleton County and, our listeners as well, if you don't mind kind of just going through your background, in your coaching career, and, you've been characterized a little bit as a program builder, kind of talk about those stints and how you got to this point.
Oh, yes, sir. Well, first of all, we're very thankful and blessed to have this opportunity to be able to come in and lead this program and get this program, turned in the right direction where these young men are very successful and we're going out and winning football games. But, our career started in the head coaching world. We cut our teeth in Georgetown at Georgetown High School in 2010. And we were tremendously, as I say the word blessed, because we were very thankful and had a great 6 years there, won a lot of football games, was able to, take that program to a height that they hadn't been at before, and it was a lot of fun and made a lot of great memories. Went into Union County. Union County was a situation too. There was some struggling going on. They had struggled a lot, for the year or two that before we got there, and we were able to very thankfully, turn them into a region championship team. And they went on. We had left the second year, but that third year they went on and played for the upper state championship. The year that Chester won the state championship. But we left there a little too early, went to Woodruff, and Woodruff had a little bit of a struggling season, going on before too. And thankfully we went in and won 8 ball games there that year and made 2 third-round appearances there at Woodruff High School. And we were there for 5 years and then made a decision to go back to Georgetown for that 1 year. And unfortunately, that wasn't at the top of our chain, but we did feel like we were, able to put the program in a better situation, moving forward where they could be successful. So that's a little bit of the history, and that's almost 15 years there of being a head coach and doing what we love to do, which is, just give programs and kids an opportunity to be successful.
Coach, one of the keys as a head coach is getting a great staff around you and filling that out. How is your staff coming together? Are you still hiring anybody? Is it fully filled out? And who are a couple guys you may have brought in you might want to shout out here on the program today?
Well, our staff is full. That was one of the first things we did. We hit the ground running, and we had a mold that we were looking for with that, and that's something that we kind of keep to our vest there. But we were looking for a certain type of person, and we feel like we hired those people. But the staff filled up pretty quickly. It was quite a bit of a surprise, with the different things that you see going on today in this profession. But we were very fortunate. We filled the staff up pretty quick. We were able to also have some PE openings that helped us out to get more teachers in the building. So we feel okay with that. We feel like our staff, number one, they love kids. They put the kids first. That's our number one goal. And we have another goal, which is not to belittle the kids. And all of our coaches are definitely on board with that. I wouldn't want to say any names because I think, when you name names, you oftentimes leave people out and wouldn't want to offend anyone. But our entire staff they're awesome people and they work very hard. And I think we're going to be just fine.
Good.
Coach, if we just go surface level on this scheme, if somebody hasn't been able to watch your teams in the past, what do you like to do on offense and defense? And will you call plays on either side? I know you've been a head coach a long time, or do you just kind of prefer to kind of let your coordinators handle that aspect of the game?
Yes, sir. Well, when it comes to schematically, I'll answer that first question first. Schematically, offensively, we're a multiple personnel team. We're a 10, 11, 12 personnel, even sometimes get into 32 personnel in short yardage situations. The pace that we play at depends tremendously on what our opponent's doing. Not trying to get too detailed in it, but if someone is a team that may be better than us, we're gonna slow things down and try to control the clock. We do that with multiple different tempos that we use on offense. We're able to also, if we feel like there's someone that just is, hey, they're 2 times bigger than we are. Hey, we might have to play sideline to sideline and play with pace just to try to do our best to wear some guys down to give us a better opportunity, a better situation. But overall, offensively, we want to run the football. We want to be able to run the football to help us set up the perimeter game, which is we do a lot of heavy screen game. We do a lot of heavy play action. But at the nuts and bolts of our scheme is we got to get north to south and run the football very well. We do put a lot of emphasis on our quarterback. We expect our quarterback to put us in the right call in the run game. We expect him to put us in the right call in the pass protection. He has the green light to put us where we need to be based off of what we're seeing defensively. Defensively, we could care less whether we're an odd front team or an even front team. We just want kids to play hard, play aggressive, play fast, and create turnovers. There's nothing fancy to me about defense, and our defensive coordinator is doing a heck of a job with that. Keeping things a little bit more on the simplicity side on that side of the ball, and just making sure that your athletes are properly aligned. That's the other thing with defense, and they can make their checks to their motions or whatever it is that they're seeing. We feel very confident in what we're doing on that side of the ball right now. I have called offense in the course of our career. That's something that we will continue to do. Defensively, very, very thankful of who we have calling our defense right now.
So, Coach, you've been a head coach now for a long time, like you said. Who are some guys that maybe in your younger days that really were good influences on you to you try to mold yourself after their style, or you kind of pick things up from as you went through your career?
Well, without a doubt, a man that I look up to tremendously and who I love dearly is still my high school head football coach, Steve Campbell. He's been back in the day. That was all the way back in 1998. But just his grit, Coach Campbell's determination, his drive, his just tough mentality. That's a lot of what I got it from. And also being a part of some of the staffs, up at the Newberry College level, Todd Varn, who just taught me so much about the offensive side of the ball, and also being a part of working with Coach Todd Knight, also at Newberry. Just the determination and the drive and the tenacity that those coaches coach with is something that I've always tried very hard to keep with me, and I still believe that way of coaching and that is what brings success. And I still believe that's what young people want, is they want to be held accountable. They want people that are organized, and they want coaches that are going to push them and that love them. So those guys just really influenced me a lot throughout my career.
Coach Kevin mentioned you were hired earlier in the cycle in January, and so you've been with this team, going on 7-8 months now. Who are some players that you've identified through the spring, winter workouts into the summer, that really you expect to make contributions for you this fall?
Yes, sir. All of our kids. Again, I like to be careful with naming names just because I know you guys know, but everybody just takes things so personal anymore. But we do have some athletes that we do expect to do great things for us, and like I said, we love all of our guys. So this is not meant to leave anyone out or to make someone sound like they're above anyone. But I would say, I would start with our team leader. The guy that received the most votes from the coaches with the captains, and that's Jerel Jenkins. Jerel Jenkins is not your big flashy guy. He's your old school kind of guy that don't care what he's got on. Don't care if he's what shoulder pads or what his helmet looks like. He's gonna come play ball for you, and he's very, very aggressive. Very good, very strong football player. He will play the outside linebacker for us and also play some running back for us. Also expecting a lot out of Melvin Ankrum. He's our defensive lineman and comes in and helps us some on the offensive line when we need it. We expect him to anchor down the interior part of the defensive side of the ball. We expect great things out of him, and if he does what he's capable of doing, we feel very strongly that he'll create a big mess in the backfield for teams that we play. Also on the defensive side of the ball, we expect to see good things out of our corners. Jaleel Frazier, Justice Jameson. We expect to see them, step up and play really well. And we also expect to see some younger guys back there on the back end play well for us. Christian Mitchell at free safety. Also, Trevi at strong safety. Just a couple of the guys over there that, we put our best players on defense. And as we go into our staff meeting tomorrow, the way we do it is, hey, we're going to find the top 15 dogs on our field. And whoever they are, they're going to play defense. And then we just kind of mold ourselves from there from what we do on offense. Offensively, we expect Chase Jones to play very well for us on the offensive line. He is a rising senior, very, very intelligent, very smart football player. Helps us out tremendously as far as understanding and knowing the game. He definitely knows the ins and outs of the offensive line. We expect to see great things out of Keandre Allen, a wideout that we have. We expect him to hopefully be able to you have guys sometimes that can take over games. We're hoping that he can do that for us. We also have some other great wideouts that we expect great things from. And I think also, we've got a quarterback that has grown so much since we first got here. He's learned so much about football. He has really, really bought into the system. Spent a lot of time with him on the board. Spent a lot of time with him just teaching him to understand the game. And as we told him from the very beginning, look, this is more of a collegiate style offense. And, hey, the pen's in your hand last on the field. You have to put us in the right calls. And, can't wait to see how he responds, when the lights come on. That's going to be the thing is what happens when the lights come on. But that's Keno Nixon. We expect great things out of him, and we expect his leadership to carry us a good ways this year.
Coach, we mentioned it hired in January, so kind of early in the cycle. So you were able to go through spring practice, some summer stuff as well with your team. What have you learned about this group so far that makes you excited for this season?
Well, I tell you what, they're not scared. I can tell you that. They're not afraid, and I love them dearly. I'm very thankful to be their head coach. I couldn't ask for a better situation, a better opportunity, and what I mean by that is I bought into them and they bought into us. We have had great attendance over the summer. The young men, if they're not here, they've communicated with everything that they have going on. So we feel like we have made strides, and we feel like that we feel like that we're in a good place right now. We just got to continue to grow and develop and take things in phases. They're learning that. We went through the summer phase. Now we got the preseason phase. We got to go through the non-region into the region into the playoffs, and that's a learning curve for them because they haven't really experienced it. But they're beginning to trust the process.
It's just great you bring up the experience, and just this is a program that really hasn't experienced a lot of success over the last few years. But it really is a program where Walterboro, when they really had some really great athletes come from that part of the state. What is something, especially given your background and your experience, something that you were like, hey, when you got in the building, I really want to kind of change this to build my culture, or what you've used elsewhere to kind of, what's your secret sauce, so to speak? I guess that's the question.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a secret sauce. It's just, number one, you gotta love the kids. They have to be loved, especially in this situation we got going on today with all the. I mean, I don't want to bring it up, but all the recruiting and all the things that people are doing, and at the end of the day, you got to have moral values and integrity if you're going to coach this game. And those that don't, I think they were going to struggle eventually. But I do believe that those that have the standard of actually developing kids, not developing the athlete, but developing the kid, always being a positive role model to them. Again, not belittling them, but guiding them and leading them in the right direction. I think that's really and truthfully what it's all about, but you got to bring an edge to you. That edge is something that everybody doesn't have, and some people don't understand it. But you got to have an edge as a coach, so your players play with an edge. One of the things that we always say, and our kids have really bought into it, is we want our kids. We always use a saying, "Hey, we're a dog, and that's our bowl of food. You can't take our bowl of food. You're not taking our bowl." And that's the mentality we want to play with. But I would just say, nothing secret, just relationships, love the kids, develop them. Don't just use them to win. Develop the kids so that they can be successful, and love them with all your heart and always be available for them, and just get them to play with an edge. Get them to have something to them.
Coach, how has the community really embraced you and supported you as you've kind of started this mission here with the Cougars?
Well, so far it's been awesome. I mean, it's just like anything else. I mean, in an experience of doing this, you know how it is. Some people are going to be excited for you, and some people you're going to have those naysayers and those doubters. Those are the people that you have to block out. You just continue to keep your head down and don't focus on those types of things, and have the understanding of just what I said before. Our number one goal here, and a leader in any program that we work with, is kids come first. We don't focus a lot on what some of the things that are said, whether it's positive or negative. We're just focused on our kids, and we're focused on making sure that they have everything they need to be successful. But this community has absolutely been awesome. They have been very supportive. They have helped us get, whatever it is that they can actually provide for us that we need. They've been great for us.
Everyday life means everyday expenses. Spend smarter with the Founders Federal Credit Union credit card, offering you low rates and big rewards where it matters most. Enjoy all the benefits of saving while using your Founders Essential MasterCard. Make every swipe and tap count with smart rates, big rewards on select cards, and no balance transfer or annual fees. Because your money should go where you want it to. That's the power of Founders Federal Credit Union. Apply today at foundersfcu.com. Relax. You're with Founders.
Coach, a couple easier ones for you today before I let you go. And we've gotten a wide variety of answers to this one lately. So maybe on the bus to an away game, maybe in your office for a home game. But are you a music guy pregame? And if so, what's on your playlist to get ready to take the field on Friday nights?
Well, I've kind of changed a little bit. I go back to one of my old players, Coach Dustin Martin. I don't know if y'all know him or not, but Dustin Martin's an old player of mine, and sometimes we talk about different things. But I'm just a believer in whatever it takes to get the kids focused to play. I think sometimes, I was actually driving to work thinking about this morning because it has people have talked about it, but I don't want to do something that's a distraction to someone else. Some people may like the music, but some people may not. So in my eyes, I've always kept the mindset of you find your own way and your own little groove you get in to get yourself ready to play. Because I don't think everybody responds to that, if that makes sense. So we kind of keep it on a personal basis. Hey, you want that music? Hey, you put your headphones on, your beats that they call it now, whatever it is, and you get your mind right to whatever it is. So we don't try to put players in a box. We let them make that decision.
Coach, Kevin and I are big foodies. One of the favorite things about doing this program is hopping in the car and going to these different communities. But before we go to a game, we love to go somewhere to eat. What are some restaurants you've identified, whether it's in Walterboro, throughout the county? Kevin and I come down for a game that we should hit up.
Well, I am still learning, guys. I haven't done a lot of eating in the community yet. I've ate at a couple places, but we've ate at Fat Jack's. I've ate there a couple times, and that just different. I just don't know yet because I'll be honest with you, I'm typically working or eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That's kind of how I am.
Can't go wrong with the PB&J.
Yes, sir.
That's right. Well, last one for you, Coach. I know it's still kind of early, but, what are some goals you have set for this 2026 season for the Cougars?
Look, we tell our kids every day, and we do this a lot. We said this from the very beginning. Regardless of if you win or lose on the scoreboard, we do everything the right way, we're winning. And what I mean by that is give us maximum effort every day you walk into this facility. Give us maximum effort every day you walk on that practice field. And what I'm trying to say with that, our number one goal is that we win every day, and regardless of what it says on the scoreboard. We know we're doing the very best we can do to be successful. And I firmly believe, regardless of what the scoreboard says, if you're carrying that winning mentality, you're going to win.
Well, this has been great. I want everyone to go check out Coach Adams and the Cougar program on social media. I know Coach Myers posts a lot of stuff about them. They do a great job updating the community about what's going on. Certainly check them out on there. Like I mentioned, follow us on all social media, our website, movingchains.com, and our podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, and more. Moving the Chains is brought to you by Founders Federal Credit Union. Jerel, any else for Coach? Let him go today.
Well, Coach Adams, thank you so much, first of all, for your time today and spending it with us. We know it's a very critical time as we get ready to kick off the season. So thank you for that. Congratulations on this new opportunity. I know you were really excited to get back into the coaching profession. Yes. And I will say your AD there didn't do you any easiness by saying that put out a graphic showing how many applicants there were for this job. So you were selected from a wide and deep talent pool there. So, there's no pressure there, but, obviously you were a special man to lead the job, and we're certainly rooting for you guys this year.
Well, I appreciate it. I tell everybody down in the Low Country all the time, if you've ever coached in Spartanburg County, there ain't a whole lot that scares you. There ain't a whole lot that scares you. But, hey, Dr. Myers is an awesome guy. I'm so blessed and thankful to work for him, and we just look forward to doing the best we can to get this program going in the right direction.
Well, Coach, we really appreciate it. Look forward to stopping by a practice or game, get to see you, meet you here soon, and best of luck this season, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank y'all so much.
Get ready for the ultimate South Carolina high school football experience with Movin The Chains. From previews to recaps, we've got you covered. Dive into our expert preview shows, predicting winners and sharing insights. Then join us post-game for the thrilling recaps, exclusive interviews, and highlights you won't find anywhere else. Plus, connect with fellow fans on our Friday night spaces on Twitter/X. No one covers South Carolina high school football like us. Join us at Movin Chains on all social media platforms and visit movinchains.com today.